Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 2025 is not just another year, it is your opportunity to start fresh, to rebuild, and to rise. Life has a way of tearing down the structures we once leaned on: dreams, relationships, even our sense of self. But let me tell you something, the rubble is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your rebuilding season. First, let's talk about acknowledging the rubble, but envisioning the blueprint. Some of you have been walking through life carrying the weight of broken dreams and shattered expectations. It's time to look at that rubble for what it is: a reminder of where you've been, not a definition of where you're going. Close your eyes and imagine the blueprint of your future. What does the new you look like? Speak it. Write it. Believe it. And start laying the first brick today. Second, use your past as a foundation, not a prison. Too often we allow our failures to chain us to a cycle of regret. But hear me when I say this: your past is not your prison, it's your preparation. Every mistake, every heartbreak, every setback, they are not signs of defeat, but lessons in resilience. Take those broken pieces and build a foundation stronger than anything you've ever stood on before. Next, commit to consistency over comfort. Rebuilding isn't glamorous. It's not Instagram worthy. It's waking up early to pray when no one is watching. It's doing the hard work when no one applauds. Consistency beats talent every single time. Comfort keeps you stagnant. Consistency propels you forward. So let 2025 be the year you stop settling for good enough and start striving for your very best. Finally, surround yourself with builders, not demolishers. Who is in your circle? Are they lifting you higher or pulling you lower? The company you keep determines the heights you can achieve. Align yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and remind you of the greatness within you. If they don't see the vision for your life, then they have no place in your blueprint. As you step into 2025, remember this: you are not starting from scratch, you are starting from experience. This is your moment to rebuild your mind, your heart, and your spirit. The work won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Let's rebuild, not just for a better year, but for a better you. Thank you. Life has a way of surprising us, doesn't it? One moment, everything feels secure, stable, and predictable, and the next, it's as if the ground beneath our feet has been pulled away, leaving us to stand amidst the rubble of what once was. It's easy to feel overwhelmed in such moments, to be consumed by the weight of disappointment, failure, or loss. But in these moments of destruction, an opportunity presents itself, a chance to rebuild something greater, something stronger, something that aligns more closely with who we are meant to become. Acknowledging the rubble is not about wallowing in despair or giving up on hope. It's about facing reality with courage. The rubble represents the remnants of plans that didn't work out, relationships that ended, and dreams that seemed out of reach. It's tempting to sweep these pieces under the rug, to pretend they don't exist, or to quickly move on without confronting the pain. But growth requires honesty. You cannot rebuild on a shaky foundation. And ignoring the rubble doesn't make it disappear, it only delays the process of healing and renewal. Think about an architect surveying a site after a building has been demolished. They don't immediately start building something new without first assessing the damage. They carefully examine what went wrong, what materials can still be salvaged, and what needs to be completely removed to create a solid base. In the same way, acknowledging the rubble in your life is about understanding what led to the breakdown. Was it a lack of communication in a relationship? Was it neglecting your own self-care? Was it fear that held you back from pursuing a dream? Identifying these factors is not about assigning blame, but about gaining clarity. However, it's not enough to simply stare at the rubble. If you stay there too long, you risk being paralyzed by the enormity of the mess. This is where envisioning the blueprint comes into play. The blueprint is your vision for what comes next. It's the design of the life you want to create. It requires imagination, hope, and courage to dream again after disappointment. It's about looking beyond the broken pieces and daring to see the beauty of what could be. But envisioning the blueprint also demands that you recognize your own power in the rebuilding process. Too often, people wait for circumstances to change or for someone else to come along and fix what's broken. But rebuilding starts with you. It's your responsibility to pick up the pen and sketch out your vision. It's your responsibility to believe in your ability to turn that vision into reality. This step is not without its challenges. Doubts will creep in, whispering that you're not capable or that it's too late to start over. The rubble may feel insurmountable at times, and the path forward may not always be clear. But remember, every great structure begins with a single brick. You don't have to have all the answers right now, you just need to take the first step. Another key aspect of envisioning the blueprint is understanding that the process is as important as the outcome. Rebuilding yourself is not just about reaching a destination, it's about who you become along the way. But each brick you lay, each choice you make, each obstacle you overcome shapes you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient person. And let's not forget the importance of grace in this process. You're not expected to have it all figured out, nor should you expect the rebuilding process to be quick or easy. There will be setbacks and there will be moments when progress feels slow. But every small effort, every moment of perseverance contributes to the larger picture. As you acknowledge the rubble and envision the blueprint, remember that this process is deeply personal. Your journey of rebuilding is unique to you, shaped by your experiences, values, and aspirations. No one else can dictate what your blueprint should look like or how you should go about building it. Trust yourself and the vision you hold for your life. The rubble may feel overwhelming at first glance, but within it lies the potential for something extraordinary. By acknowledging what has been lost and daring to imagine what could be, you begin the powerful process of transformation. The blueprint is yours to create, and with it, the opportunity to rebuild a life that reflects your true self. The past is a powerful force. It can either hold you captive, chaining you to the regrets, mistakes, and pain of yesterday, or it can serve as the bedrock upon which you build a stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled version of yourself. How you view your past determines the role it plays in your future. To use your past as a foundation and not a prison is to embrace its lessons, leverage its experiences, and transform its weight into the strength that propels you forward. Too often, people become trapped by their past. They replay moments of failure or heartbreak on a loop, allowing those moments to define their sense of self-worth and possibility. If only I had done things differently, they think, as guilt and shame take root. But this mindset is like being locked in a room with no windows or doors, no light, no escape, just the constant echoes of regret. It's a prison of your own making, one where the key to freedom lies in your hands, yet fear and self-doubt keep you from using it. The first step in breaking free from this prison is understanding that your past does not define you. Your mistakes, your failures, your moments of weakness, they are events, not identities. They are chapters in your story, not the entire book. To use the past as a foundation means reframing how you see those moments. Instead of viewing them as evidence of inadequacy, see them as stepping stones. Each mistake is a lesson, each failure a teacher, each heartbreak a reminder of your capacity to love and endure. Think about the foundation of a building. It isn't pristine, it's a mixture of materials, some of them broken or imperfect. Yet together they create something strong and enduring. Your past is no different. The moments that felt like breaking points were in fact moments of transformation. They shaped your character, revealed your resilience, and taught you truths you might not have learned otherwise. Acknowledging the value of your past doesn't mean ignoring its pain. Some wounds cut deep and healing takes time. But healing begins with acceptance, accepting that what's done is done. That you cannot change the events of yesterday, but can change how you respond to them today. This is where the foundation starts to form. By choosing to see the past as a resource rather than a restraint, you shift your perspective from victimhood to empowerment. Using your past as a foundation also requires forgiveness, not just of others, but of yourself. Self-forgiveness is one of the most liberating acts you can perform. It's a declaration that you are more than the sum of your mistakes, that you deserve grace as much as anyone else. Without forgiveness, the past becomes a weight, dragging you down and holding you back. But with forgiveness, the past becomes lighter, something you can carry forward with strength rather than struggle. Another critical aspect of using your past as a foundation is recognizing its role in shaping your purpose. Your experiences, both good and bad, are uniquely yours. They give you insight, empathy, and a perspective that no one else can replicate. Perhaps you've gone through struggles that now allow you to help others facing similar challenges. Perhaps the lessons you've learned equip you to navigate future opportunities with wisdom and clarity. The past doesn't just prepare you, it positions you. It aligns you with the path you are meant to walk. However, building on the foundation of your past requires intentionality. You can't simply hope that the lessons will reveal themselves or that the pain will fade on its own. You have to do the work. Reflect on your experiences. What did they teach you about yourself, about others, about the world? Write it down if you need to. Turn those lessons into principles that guide your actions moving forward. This is how you transform the past from a collection of memories into a source of strength. There's also a danger in over-romanticizing the past, in clinging to it as though it were better than it truly was. Nostalgia can be a form of imprisonment, keeping you from fully embracing the present or envisioning the future. To use your past as a foundation, you must be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. The habits, relationships, or beliefs that kept you stagnant have no place in the life you're building. Release them with gratitude for the role they played and move forward unencumbered. Finally, surround yourself with people who see your potential, not just your past. The company you keep has a profound impact on how you view yourself. Align with those who encourage your growth, who remind you of your progress, and who believe in your ability to rise above any obstacle. Their support will reinforce the foundation you're building, making it even more solid and enduring. Your past is a treasure trove of lessons, not a life sentence. It is the starting point, not the finish line. With each brick of experience laid with intention and care, you are constructing something remarkable, something that stands tall, even when the storms come. In a world that celebrates instant gratification, consistency often feels like an outdated virtue. We live in a time where quick fixes and shortcuts promise results without effort, and the allure of comfort often overshadows the value of perseverance. Yet, if you truly desire transformation, whether in your career, relationships, health, or personal growth, there is no substitute for consistency. It is the unglamorous yet powerful force that drives success, while comfort, tempting as it may be, lulls you into stagnation. Consistency is the quiet architect of greatness. It is not about grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort. It is about showing up every single day, regardless of how you feel or how difficult the journey becomes. When you commit to consistency, you are making a decision to prioritize long-term goals over short-term ease. It's about embracing the process even when progress seems slow or invisible, and trusting that every small, deliberate step is building something greater than what you can see in the moment. Comfort, on the other hand, is seductive. It whispers, "Take it easy," when the alarm clock rings at 5 a.m. It says you've done enough when there's still work to be done. Comfort convinces you that skipping one workout, one study session, or one opportunity to practice your craft won't make a difference. But the truth is, every time you choose comfort over consistency, you delay your progress. Comfort keeps you in the realm of the familiar, where growth is limited and potential remains untapped. The challenge with committing to consistency over comfort lies in its lack of immediate rewards. Comfort gives you instant relief, a few extra hours of sleep, a night off, or avoiding an uncomfortable conversation. Consistency, however, often feels like hard work without immediate payoff. It requires discipline to keep going when results are not yet visible. It demands faith in the process and resilience to push through the inevitable setbacks. Think of consistency as planting seeds in a garden. You water them daily, even when there's no sign of growth. You nurture the soil, remove weeds, and wait patiently. Comfort, by contrast, would have you abandon the garden when the work feels tedious or the results seem too far away. But the harvest only comes to those who remain consistent, who trust that their efforts will yield fruit in due time. To commit to consistency over comfort, you must first define your why. What is the deeper purpose driving your actions? Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to succumb to the lure of comfort when challenges arise. Your why acts as your anchor, keeping you grounded when the journey feels long and the temptation to quit becomes strong. Another key to consistency is breaking down your goals into manageable steps. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing something persistently. Set realistic, achievable targets that you can commit to daily or weekly. Whether it's writing 500 words a day, exercising for 30 minutes, or dedicating an hour to learning a new skill, the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions is far more impactful than sporadic bursts of effort. Consistency also requires self-discipline. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, when comfort calls louder than commitment. On those days, discipline is what keeps you moving forward. It's the decision to show up even when you don't feel like it, to prioritize your goals over fleeting desires. Motivation may get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. An often overlooked aspect of consistency is the willingness to embrace failure and imperfection. There will be times when you miss a day, fall short of your goals, or feel like you're not making progress. These moments are not signs of failure, but opportunities to recommit. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about getting back on track when you stumble and refusing to let setbacks define your journey. Committing to consistency also means learning to delay gratification. The most meaningful achievements are rarely immediate. They require time, effort, and patience. In a culture obsessed with quick results, the ability to delay gratification is a superpower. It allows you to stay focused on your long-term vision, even when the rewards seem distant. It's important to recognize that consistency and comfort are not inherently at odds. There is a form of comfort that comes from knowing you are honoring your commitments, staying true to your goals, and making progress, however small. This is not the fleeting comfort of avoidance, but the deep, lasting comfort of integrity. Lastly, consistency thrives in the presence of accountability. Surround yourself with people who support your goals and hold you to your commitments. Share your progress, celebrate your wins, and seek encouragement when the path feels tough. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility that makes it harder to give in to comfort and easier to stay consistent. The road to success is rarely easy, but it is always worth it. By choosing consistency over comfort, you are choosing growth over stagnation, purpose over ease, and long-term fulfillment over momentary satisfaction. With each day, each step, each effort brings you closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your life. They influence your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. Some people build you up, while others tear you down. Builders encourage, inspire, and support your growth, while demolishers criticize, sabotage, and drain your energy. To achieve your fullest potential, you must consciously choose to surround yourself with builders and distance yourself from demolishers. This decision is not just important, it is essential for your growth and success. Builders are the people who see potential in you even when you doubt yourself. They challenge you to dream bigger, think differently, and strive for greatness. Builders are not necessarily those who tell you what you want to hear. They are the ones who tell you what you need to hear, even if it's uncomfortable. They offer constructive feedback that helps you grow, and their criticism is rooted in love and a genuine desire to see you succeed. Builders celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and remind you of your worth when you forget it yourself. Demolishers, on the other hand, thrive on negativity. They may mask their intentions with sarcasm or subtle jabs, but their impact is no less damaging. These are the people who dismiss your ideas, belittle your dreams, or envy your achievements. They are quick to point out your flaws and slow to acknowledge your progress. Demolishers drain your energy, instill self-doubt, and create an environment where growth feels impossible. The danger of demolishers lies in their ability to masquerade as friends, colleagues, or even family members. Their proximity to your life makes their influence insidious and often hard to detect. To surround yourself with builders, the first step is self-awareness. Take an honest inventory of the people in your life. Who uplifts you? Who motivates you to become better? Conversely, who leaves you feeling drained, discouraged, or small? This process requires brutal honesty because we often hold on to relationships out of habit, guilt, or fear of change. However, clinging to relationships with demolishers can sabotage your growth and keep you stuck in a cycle of negativity. Builders come in many forms. They may be mentors who guide you with wisdom and experience. They may be friends who listen without judgment and encourage you to take risks. They may be colleagues who collaborate and challenge you to improve. Builders often share a few common traits. They are optimistic, supportive, and solution-oriented. They don't dwell on problems, they focus on possibilities. Builders inspire you to dream, but also hold you accountable to act on those dreams. Finding and cultivating relationships with builders requires effort and intentionality. You must actively seek out environments where builders thrive, whether that's in professional organizations, community groups, or creative spaces. Builders are drawn to energy and ambition, so be open about your goals and passions. Share your vision with others, and you'll naturally attract those who want to support and collaborate with you. Equally important is learning to distance yourself from demolishers. This doesn't always mean cutting people out of your life entirely, especially if they are family or close friends. Instead, it may mean setting boundaries to protect your energy and mental well-being. Boundaries communicate that while you value the relationship, you will not tolerate behaviors that undermine your growth. Another aspect of surrounding yourself with builders is becoming a builder yourself. Relationships are reciprocal, and you cannot expect others to invest in your growth if you are not willing to invest in theirs. Be the kind of person who uplifts, supports, and inspires those around you. Celebrate their successes, offer constructive feedback, and encourage them to pursue their dreams. When you become a builder, you naturally attract other builders, creating a network of mutual support and inspiration. However, it's important to recognize that even builders are not perfect. They may not always say the right thing or provide the support you need in every moment. The key is to focus on the overall pattern of their behavior. Do they genuinely care about your growth? Do they contribute positively to your life? If the answer is yes, then they are worth keeping in your circle. Surrounding yourself with builders doesn't mean avoiding challenges or discomfort. In fact, the best builders often push you out of your comfort zone. They see your potential and refuse to let you settle for less. They challenge your assumptions, encourage you to take risks, and hold you accountable when you fall short. This type of support is not always easy to receive, but it is invaluable for your growth. Demolishers, on the other hand, thrive in environments of complacency and mediocrity. They often feel threatened by your ambition because it highlights their own lack of initiative. Rather than rise to